This week, let's get real about book signings. Even after 35 books, I still have bad dreams that nobody will show up. I had a bad dream that I was at a bookstore in Texas, and it was a big bookstore, and they were supposed to have a big book signing for Hope in the Mail, and I show up and they forgot to order books. The bookseller tells me, well, we had this big event for this really super good book. It was a dream book. It was Wolf Sisters, and they all got dressed up like wolves, and they put all their energy into that, and they hadn't even brought in books of mine. So that was a dream I have. After 20 years, I still have bad dreams like that. They are absolutely no fun if nobody shows up. And so you, as the author, go through all this effort to try to get the word out and to try to get people to want to show up. So this week I had 3 book signings for Hope in the Mail. The first one was at the Santa Maria Public Library. It was really nice because there were a lot of people from Santa Maria that have been fans of Sammy Keys and that I worked with and I've known for a long time. They came and listened to my presentation. The second one was at a Barnes & Noble in San Luis Obispo. It was a sit and sign, and that meant that they put me at a table out near the front door that was next to the escalator, and they had stacks of my books, and people could come and chat with me and get a book and then do their shopping or whatever. So I did have people come, adults who wanted to write. They came and were very interested in the book, but then people would just come and look at me as they're going up the escalator, right? And so you feel a little foolish. You're just, there you are with your books, and they don't know who you are or why you're there. So I started handing them bookmarks. When you do a book signing, you bring your trusty bag of all things. Mine contains a folder with handouts. If anybody's interested in all the books that I've written, I have the grade levels they're appropriate for, who they're appropriate for, so I can hand those out. I have my little bag of tricks here. I give everybody that buys Hope in the Mail, or even if they don't, I give them a Hope in the Mail sticker that they can put somewhere to remind themselves to get their own Hope in the Mail. I made these bookmarks, and on the back, there's a list of some of my standalone titles. I also have Sammy Keys bookmarks that I pass out. Well, the ones that didn't know who I was or what I was doing sitting there with a whole bunch of books because they don't want to look at you because like they don't want to be sold something, and who can blame them? So I started doing this thing, which was, I was like, here, this is your passage for the escalator. Take a bookmark. And so they take a bookmark. And so that's what I was doing during my sit and sign when there was a lull. And these 2 girls came by, and they were like college age. They come by and I go, here. So they take it and they turn it over, and they see that Flipped is on the back of it. And they go, oh, they come back. They go, oh, you wrote Flipped? So then we get to start to talk, right? Well, it turns out these 2 girls won tickets to the premiere that we hosted when Flip the movie came out. So they remembered that, we reminisced about that, and it was just really fun to talk to them. Other kids came by, and they saw the Sammy Keys bookmarks, and they go, oh, you wrote Sammy Keys? And then all of a sudden, there's this swarm of kids. They're all around me, they're all talking about Sammy Keys, they're just all aglow with the talk of this character that they've grown to love. So, and then they want to know what Hope in the Mail is about, so I get to talk to them about that, and a couple of them actually want to be writers. So 2 of them bought a book, and then there was this girl who was crying because she didn't have any money to buy a book, and she really wanted to buy a book. And this librarian who drove quite a ways to come to my book signing, she secretly bought this girl a book and gave it to her. It was just the sweetest thing. Anyway, so you can have a sit and sign that can be really boring because everybody just walks by not making eye contact. Or you can hand out your bookmarks and you try to talk to them. You don't try to sell them, you just try to talk to them because it's really like awkward to be at a table just looking at people walk by. The third event I had was at our tiny little local library. It seats about 14 people. But about 40 of them showed up, and we had the best night. There were a lot of adults who want to write, and we got to talk about writing, and I got to tell them about my books and kind of the seeds that sprouted into stories there. And it was really really a fun night. So signings can be a lot of fun, or they can be sad and lonely. And I guess what I really want to say is, anybody who has come to one of my book signings ever in the 20 years that I've been doing this, I super appreciate you. Thank you for putting hope in my heart, and I hope you have a really good week, and I'll see you next time.